me, Kelly. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are going to be setting up my April TBR. I'm super excited because we're going back to the roots of a wheel, but not just any wheel. I wanted to incorporate the idea of color into picking the books off my TBR to be read in the month of April, because April showers bring May flowers. In April I feel like rainbows is a theme, as well as March, but I feel like it goes into April with more of the rainy season of spring. So I thought, why not have colors on a wheel pick the books I'm going to read? Now, my idea of this was whatever color the wheel lands on, I have to find a book with that color, whether it's on the cover or the text or on the spine, something with that color. So this could be either really easy or really difficult. So we're gonna see and try to pick 6 books off my shelves based off of colors. All right, so here is the wheel that I'm using. I literally looked up like color wheel generator and it came up with this color picker wheel type deal, and what it will do, it will spin, as well as the little dot in the center is going to go up and down, so it gets like a different shade. Now if I don't get the exact shade correct with the book and the color, we're not gonna make a big deal about it, okay? So I am super excited. I'm gonna pick 6 books. I really have no like idea what I want to read in April. I'm kind of really open to anything, maybe starting to get into some summer reads, even though it feels a little early, but I think maybe getting into like some summer reads would be nice. So let's do our first spin of the color wheel. Ooh, okay. It looks like we landed on this like light pinkish purple color, which is a very pretty color, I will say. That's like a really great color. Okay. So I'm gonna take a look and see what books I have that kind of go with this color or have this color. All right, we're back. I picked up a couple books because I wanted to kind of look and see which work. Now I picked up these 2, Just My Type by Fallon Ballard and Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walther, because they are like a light purple color just like this, but now I'm thinking maybe it might be more pink. I zoomed in on the color just so you could see. I don't know, like this looks too dark, but it is close. That also might be too dark. So then I thought maybe it's not purple, maybe it's more pink. So I did pick up The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, which has literally every color imaginable on this cover. But the pink and purple don't really match on here, so I think I'm gonna put this one back. But it might work for another color for sure, since there's a lot on that. And then I thought maybe Once Upon a River, because the author's name, Diane Setterfield, is in like a pinkish color, but I think, and the inside is a little pink, but I think it's too pink and not enough purple. You can't just tell, but I think it's too pink. Yeah, way too pink. So I'm gonna put that back as well. So like I said before, I'm not gonna match it perfectly, but I think I'm gonna go between these 2 books. Just My Type is a romance book, while Maybe Meant to Be is a YA book. I'm gonna read this back and see which one I want to read more. I think I'm gonna pick up Just My Type. I read the back and I was like, ooh, Rivals to Lovers, love that. But also I was reading literally the first page and it says, if I could get to it, it says, I'm having an Elle Woods moment. So that kind of got my attention, so I think that's what we're gonna do, is Just My Type by Fallon Ballard as the first book on the TBR. We're gonna spin for color number 2. I'm really enjoying this. This is so fun, and it's kind of fun to pick books based off of color. Let's see, for book number 2, we're going with some green. It looks like a bright green. Ooh, okay, I have some right over here that I see that I could totally pick up. So let me take a look, grab some books, and kind of narrow it down. So I picked a couple more books. I did put back The Sky is Everywhere just because it could match. This may work. I mean, it might, but I don't know. We're gonna hold off. So this is a maybe. Now I picked up these two, and these are totally not the same color green as this. I was thinking maybe the green off the leaves on the Gilded Crown by Marianne Gordon might match, but it looks like it might be too dark, so this is a no. The next one I think that might be a no is the Simple Wild. I think this green is a little too dark as well. Like, this is a very bright green. I did pick up One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now this was on my, I think, February TBR, so not too long ago, but I'm pretty sure this green that's on the spine as well as the One True Loves and the back might be the closest match to the green that I spun. So I think I'm gonna put this on. Now that I've read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I think I can get into a Taylor Jenkins Reid's book. So I think this will be book number 2, One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We're going into spin number 3. What color are we going to get now? It's a little slow. Hopefully it's catching it. And we got, ooh, okay. It's like a very, very light pink, or like a white pink. So I'm gonna go more towards the white, which might be more like a cream color, and see what I can find based off that. I'm already looking if you can't tell, but I think I'm gonna go based off that, like a cream. If it is like a light pinkish color, that's great, but I think I'm gonna go based off like a cream or a white. All right, we're back. This is a kind of a hard color to kind of match with because it's so like, you think something's gonna match, but then it's like too pink or it's too white. So I have a couple options here. Now the first option I picked out actually was The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford with this cover. I think this is the indie cover of it, and this is book 2, but I'm pretty sure you can read the Windy City series as standalones. So I was like, I really don't want to do that. I'm the type of person who's gonna read the series no matter what, even though it could be read as a standalone. But I thought maybe like the sky, the clouds in the sky were kind of like this pink color. It could work. But then again, I maybe don't want to read the second book in the series. I don't know. So that was a maybe. And then I picked up, because I looked over to my stack of books I have over here, and I was like, well, maybe if I think more of skin color. And Daughter of Red Winter by Ed McDonald, I was like, maybe her face kind of matches this color. I'm not really sure because it's like a skin tone color. But then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this book back on my TBR because I do really want to read it, and I love the artwork on the inside. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I think their skin color in the little cheek blush matches a little better than the other books, but this is the exclusive collector's edition, and I got it at Half Price Books. So it has like a little coffee that says calf, fangirl, and then on the inside of these it has artwork, which I think is so cute. So cute. I think this book is so cute. So I don't know, I could probably, the color's probably really, really off, but I really want to read this book because I love the artwork in here, and I want to read a Rainbow Rowell, and this book has been on my TBR before, so it needs to get read at some point. Well, sorry, I have my window open, so if you hear sirens or any outdoorsy things, I have my window open. So yeah, even maybe like the artwork on inside, the color matches, I'm not sure. But we're gonna put this back on the TBR. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Had this on my TBR before, just like One True Loves. This is hopefully getting read. Hopefully. Okay, we are halfway through the TBR. Let's spin again to see what color we get. Hopefully, I don't know what I want. Ooh, okay, I was gonna say maybe a little red or orange, and we are getting a nice bright red color. So I'm pretty sure I have some reds behind me. All right, we have lots of books with the color red. Now, this color red is a very bright red. I kind of think of like ACOTAR as this color red. So I grabbed basically any red I saw, but we're gonna kind of color match and see what works. So the first one I picked up was The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. I found out there was another book in the series by this author with like a similar cover, but it's like a blue-green and it looks so pretty. So I definitely want to read this and see if I like it, so then I can get that book because that book was so pretty. But this has a lot of red and like fiery detailing, and it is a sprayed edge book. In the back it's red, and I feel like some of the fire in here kind of matches the red. Maybe. So this is a maybe. This is a maybe. And then I did pick up Ace of Shades, but I think this red is too dark compared to the red we spun. I think that, yeah, is a lot brighter. So I'm gonna put this one back. Sorry y'all, I had to pause because there were so many sirens. I think there was a crash not too far from where I live, so hopefully everyone's okay. But there's so many sirens, and hopefully there's not any more. But I had to pause because there was just so many back to back to back. So what I was saying is I picked up a manga. I know nothing of this manga. I know it's an anime as well. It's called Toilet Bound Hanako-kan. I think this red is, oh my gosh, perfect match. I know nothing of this, but I think a cute little manga might be fun to read. I haven't read a manga in a little bit, and yeah, this might be cute. Cute. Some kid wrote in this. I got this at Savers, I think. Yeah, Savers. And some kid wrote in the back, "Thank you for subscribing to my book." Cute. Well, I think I'm gonna read it. I think this is my pick. The other book I had, actually, I should probably say before I picked this, was The Wedding Day by Jasmine Guillory, or Guillory. This is like a romance book. This red also matches very, very well. And I found this and another party of two in a little free library maybe like a year ago. So I feel like these might be good reads as well, but I think I'm gonna do a little manga. I think I'm gonna do Toilet Bound Hanako-kan as book number 4 on the TBR. And there's more silence. But yeah, book number 4. Alrighty, getting into spin number 5. We're almost to the end. I feel like we have a wide range of colors. Maybe adding like a blue would be really nice. I think it's lagging a little bit. That duck is sold out, and it's a blue! Like I kind of like guessed it was gonna be blue. But yeah, blue. Okay, we got lots of books with blue. Let's take a look. So sorry, my camera battery died and I had charged it a little bit, so we're gonna go Speedy Gonzalez fast, okay? Now, I landed on blue and I picked 3 books that kind of would match this color blue. Let me look at it again. My iPad froze because again, my camera battery died from waiting for all the sirens to go by. So we got this like bright blue, it looks like. And the first book I picked up was Same Time Next Summer because the sky kind of matches. I think the blue we rolled was a little more blue-green, but this is a good candidate. Plus getting into summer reads. I picked up Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is the same author as Cinder, which I have read, which was okay. But this is like a superhero book, like superheroes. And I think the blue in the background kind of would match. But this is a very thick book with very small words. So I don't know. Again, good candidate. And then I picked up The Selection by Kara Cass because I have the whole series. And I think her dress matches the color that I rolled or I spun. Oh my gosh, spun. So I'm kind of more in between these two more just because they're a little bit shorter. I kind of want to get into this because this has been on my shelf for a while. And I have the whole series, and it's like a dystopian, I want to say. I think it's dystopian. And plus, like, if I don't like this, then I can get rid of the whole series. Social Class, Revolutionaries. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try it. So I'm gonna put the Selection by Kara Cass as my 5th pick for April. Alrighty, and our last and final spin. Hopefully, I don't know. Actually, hopefully, I hope I get a good color. I don't know if there's a bad color, but let's hope for a good color. Ooh, okay. An orange. I feel like we literally got every color of the rainbow. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Ooh, did we get yellow? We didn't get yellow. That's okay. We got this orange. If I was here, I would pick this up, but I am not here. We have a couple of choices for orange. Now, the first thing I was like, oh, this can go back on because of the orange kind of up here. But I don't know if it's an exact match. It's close, but not like exactly, but it's a maybe. I then picked up another manga because I was like, you know, maybe I take it easy this April. So the reason why is the spine has this orange color that kind of matches. And then I have the Last Chance Library. This has been on my TBR for a little bit as well, but it also has some like orange books, which these might be a little too dark, so I'm gonna put this back. This orange is too bright compared to that orange. The orange that I spun was more of a pumpkin orange. But it's so funny looking at my shelves now because it's like a lot of the books I've read on these shelves, which is really great. So that might mean I need to go buy new books. Maybe. So I'm in between these. Do I want to put another manga? Or do I want to read this? Let's see. I know this is like a Mulan retelling. But I think I'm gonna put another manga. You know what? April is gonna be me reading some manga. So this is Konosuba's God's Blessing of the Wonderful World. I've watched this anime. It's kind of silly because this guy dies and he reawakens into a like fantasy world. And what else should I say about this? He was like a video game addict. He dies. This goddess, who is this girl you can't really see, offers him a second chance to be reborn in another world, like fantasy world. And so he's got to like defeat the Demon King. But little does he know that she has to tag along. And then there's other people they meet on the way. So it's a silly story or a silly manga. I've watched the anime, so I think I'm gonna put this on there to see if it compares to the anime. So Konosuba, God's Blessing of This Wonderful World is book number 6. Alright, so here is the final stack of books. Surprisingly, I can hold up all of them. I feel like the last few times I had such thick books or big books, and this time I don't have as many. So to go over the books that I have, Just My Type by Fallon Ballard, One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, Toilet Bound Hanako-kan, Book 1, The Selection by Kara Cass, and Konosuba's God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, Book 1. Here are the books. I have a nice range of colors picked from the wonderful Wheel, so thank you, Wheel, for helping me pick some books off of my shelves between all the sirens that were going off while recording this, as well as my camera battery dying. I'm so glad we could at least pick some books for my April TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and also make sure you subscribe. I post videos once a week, whether it's bookish content like this, lifestyle, vlogs, kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. So if you like what you're seeing, you should go ahead and subscribe. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye!